What's good, y'all? Welcome to a brand new Persona video. And yeah, the impossible has finally become possible, or reality, I guess you could say, man. Persona 3 Reloaded, or Reload is the real top, but it should have been called Reloaded, is finally here. The Persona 3 remake is now finally a reality, man. And honestly, I am shocked. Like, I did not think this day would come, man. Like, I did not think we would see this day. Like, even after all the rumors and everything, I wanted to believe, but I didn't want to get my hopes up, just in case it was all bullshit or something else entirely, man. Especially when that Yukari footage leaked, man. I was thinking, I want to believe, but maybe this is for some other spin-off or something else, man. But no, it's all real, man. And I think it's safe to say that we have entered the good timeline here, man. Like, we got MGS Delta that got announced like a month ago or whatever. You know, we got this. Silent Hill has finally been resurrected from the dead as well, with a remake of 2 and a few new games as well. Blue Exorcist's anime is also making a comeback as well. You know, and just this upcoming anime season, we got a lot of returns, man. A lot of returns to anime that a lot of people didn't think we would see, you know, returning. Of course, the big one, we have the second core of the Bleach Thousand Year Blood War anime, the second core of Devils of Part-Timer Season 2, which I was shocked we even got a Season 2. The fact we're getting a second core, I'm like, oh shit, more, cool, awesome. I hope this means that the rest of the series is going to get adapted at this point, given we are getting a second core to Season 2. Hopefully, man, and this isn't the end of it. You know, sure, it would have been nice if White Fox kept it and they were still the ones doing it, man, but I'd rather have a less, you know, known studio, I guess you want to call it, whatever, than, you know, never getting a Season 2 when it comes to Devils of Part-Time Man. And then, of course, we also got Masamune Kun's Revenge Season 2, which got delayed to this anime season coming up as well, which I never thought that show would get a Season 2, just given how long it's been since the first season. So the fact we're getting a Season 2 of that, awesome. I don't know if the manga just wrapped up or something. That's why, you know, we are finally getting that Season 2. But either way, man, I'm happy to see Masamune Kun's Revenge also make a return as well, man. And yeah, now before we continue on discussing about this announcement and, you know, the remake in general and everything, I actually have a special guest with us here today. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, I am Cerberia and I do not make videos anymore. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man used to make YouTube videos a couple years ago, but then disappeared. Alright, so dude, before we jump right into the actual remake, I think it's safe to say we should probably start with how we got introduced to Persona series, just so people that are new to the channel or didn't watch my Persona the animation reviews back in like 2017 when the anime was aired for P5. So, for me personally, started off P5 like a lot of people were. I was actually, remember I saw the game was first starting to come out. Looked kind of cool, but then the time limit thing with like days and, you know, got that kind of like maybe like, I don't know if I really like this, as I don't like being rushed in gaming. So like a lot of things, I looked up Let's Plays for it, and then I was hooked on the story. I think it was actually, and I don't know if this is the same for you, I don't even know where you started, but it was with Shiho. When she jumped off the roof of the school, I was like, oh, this game got balls! From there I was hooked, but because I was so hooked in the story, I was like, all right, I gotta watch the rest of this Let's Play, see where it's going on. And yeah, so what about you? How did you get introduced to Persona? Which game was it?
I think it was before Persona 5 actually came out. It was sometime around 2015, 2016. I was just getting into emulating PS2 games on my computer, and Persona 3 was my first Persona, you know?
Alright, P3. Arguably the darkest of the Persona games.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah. Seriously, I was also kind of surprised with Shiho when she jumped over. I was like, okay, we're going there. All right. This is the first palace too. I was like, God damn, this game got balls. They don't fuck around. I think that's one thing I've always liked about Persona is that they don't shy away from going to things you'd never really see in JRPGs, just games in general. Like, I can't remember the last other times I've seen a game where you have one of the main characters, you know, in like the first like boss, basically the first palace, dealing with like possible sexual assault and everything. You know, teachers abuse their power, causing them to go, you know, become suicidal and jump off the school roof.
Yeah, no, I'm playing through a Royal right now, and I just got past that part. And I forgot about it, honestly, and it's kind of getting me emotional.
Yeah, bro, and that's one thing. I definitely Shiho's part of the best parts of Odd's Confidant. Definitely, man. Those parts are really good, man. I also kind of wish she stuck around for the rest of the game, but it makes complete sense why she would want to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
She was a really nice character. I wish she did stick around, but oh well. All right. So first and foremost, were you at all surprised when this remake come out? Did you think that the remake was going to become a thing, or were you like, nah, this game isn't going to get remade? The rumors are all bullshit.
Oh no, absolutely, it was gonna be remade. As soon as Persona 5 blew up a few years ago, it's just a matter of time, honestly.
Yeah, because to be fair, when that poll that Atlas did a few years ago, what game people wanted to be remade, Persona 2 and Persona 3 were both tied #1, with Persona 1 being #3, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I wanted it to be real because I think that game definitely is aged long enough for it to get a remake, but I honestly didn't think that we would. I didn't want to get my hopes up just in case it was all bullshit or anything, but, yeah. Good, so glad to see, because once the leak footage came out, I was like, this looks good, but I still want to get my hopes up and everything. But then it came out, and I was like, holy shit, it's actually here. Pretty shocked.
Yeah, and it looks good too.
Yeah, and that menu when with Makoto coming in there, oh, so clean.
Oh yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, bro, that's gotta be the cleanest menu transition of all gaming, bro. Looks incredible. All right, so first and foremost, what are some things that you want to see in this game remake? Do you want to see some expansion of the story, some gameplay tweaks? The biggest thing for me was just letting us control our party members, which looks like we have that option. Thank Christ.
I actually kind of like that you didn't get to control them because it kind of made sense with the story too, wherever that goes down the line. But it's a fucking as close as you can get to a perfect game, I guess.
Yeah, so, yeah, one thing for me personally that originally I wanted to see, because I don't know, which we haven't gotten confirmation about this yet, was I was hoping that they would touch up the answer we got up, because I always thought because I was watching Tribular when he was streaming P3, basically everyone in the chat and him were all in agreement that Yukari was acting kind of weird. They were like, what the fuck did they do to Best Girl? But then when I saw a tweet about someone asked like, oh, what are your things you want to be remade? I mentioned the thing about Yukari and the answer, and everyone was like, nah, bro, Yukari, the answer is the reason why I love her so much. And I'm like, and other people were bringing up other points. I was like, am I misremembering something? Like, what? Because I thought her characterization was kind of wonky in there, but I don't know. I haven't seen that in years, so maybe I'm just misremembering it or something.
Yeah. I don't actually know anything about the answer. I never played through it.
Oh, you never actually got that far? You never went through
No, I never got that far.
Interesting.
Yeah, so spoilers. I know. I've seen the movies though. I've seen Let's Plays. I know what happens. Just not the answer.
One thing but since you have seen the movies and you know the ending and everything, I was one thing I'm curious about from you. Do you think Atlas is going to change the ending where Makoto actually survives, or do you think they're still going to keep him dead, given how much they've tried to work around to bringing him back alive in the Persona Q games, the dancing spin-offs and everything?
Yeah, no, I think he has to stay dead. If not that, they'll make it an alternate ending where it's like a good ending, but he's alive and with everyone. But I think just for the story to make sense, it has to be there. Like, he has to die, you know?
Yeah. All right, we'll have to wait and see, because definitely when I saw that video I sent you about, oh, is it a possible sequel where they're going to change the ending and Makoto actually survive and everything, I'm like, they could actually do that. They constantly could do, just so they can have Makoto appear with the rest of the crew in future Persona spin-offs.
Yeah, but I like this ending more.
Yeah, that's the one thing I always thought that was cool about P3, that they actually did kill off Makoto. I thought that was something that made P3 really stand out, man. And I also just love the title Reload. Just reminds me of Matrix Reloaded. My favorite.
Yeah, they should have called it Reloaded. Reload just feels like it's missing something.
True, just go full Matrix Reload, man.
Yeah.
So people, me personally, that's probably my favorite of the original trilogy sequels. Reloaded, man. That I know it's got its problems and everything, but the action's too good with Neo and everything. When he's going up against the 100 Agent Smith, like it's Dynasty Wars or something. That shit was cool.
Yeah, that was a good scene in a movie. Definitely a movie of all time.
Oh yeah, right. Forgot you don't like the Matrix for some reason.
What'd you think about the graphics? So I know some people had a problem with it in some places.
I thought the game overall looked good. It was kind of weird seeing the original models and seeing the remake models, because I think most of them look good, but definitely Yukari and Junpei definitely look the most different. And I don't really hate it. I think they both look good, especially Yukari. But yeah, it's definitely different. I can kind of see what people might have an issue with it because it doesn't look the exact same as the original game. But personally, I think the new models and everything look real good.
Yeah, and it surprisingly it's not made in the Persona 5 engine. It's what was it? Unreal 4, what they used for SMT5.
Oh yeah, right.
Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Did use the Unreal Engine. I thought that for a second, I thought they were using the Persona 5, but yeah, in the trailer it starts off with the Unreal Engine. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it looks very similar.
So, yeah. Now let's add the big question: do you think FemC and the Answer will be in this game, or do you think they're going to section that off as DLC?
You know what? It could go either way.
Yeah, it can go either way, man. Could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if they do section off FemC. I think the Answer we probably will get, but FemC I would not be surprised to either section that off as DLC, or they make us just play the portable remaster they released a bit ago, just to be like, hey, you want to play FemC? Play that.
Yeah, no, I think they will both be in the game.
Yeah.
If it's a full $60 game, like, come on. Come on.
Yeah. But knowing guys, they'll probably section it off as DLC, probably, or at the very least FemC. I can see them doing FemC as its own, or just doing Persona 3 Blue Reloaded, you know, where they then give you FemC, or call it Persona 3 Reloaded Pink Edition or something, because, you know, the pink with FemC.
Do you think they're gonna add anything to this?
I'm hesitant to want and ask for anything added just in case, just for the sole reason, because I'm kind of hoping that they use the original audio for the voice cast, just so like I could hear Vic Mignogna as Junpei one last time. But I'm fully expecting him to get recast because of everything. So, funny story about that. So, since the recording of this video, the Xbox showcase has happened, but after the game, both those games were shown off. At the showcase, we got a lot of news dropping of the game after that, including that the entire main cast is getting recast in the game. Now, we don't know the reasoning behind this, maybe because, you know, they are building, they said, the outlets themselves have said they're basically building the game up from the ground up and making it feel like, you know, truly new. Maybe they wanted to go with a different voice cast to maybe make the game, to really make this game feel different and its own separate thing and new compared to the original. Maybe it was so Vic wasn't signaled out. Who knows? But either way, man, we found out that Makoto is going to be voiced by Alex Lee, which, yeah, he's perfect for it. Who you guys may know as Zenitsu, Mikey, as well as Thorfinn in the Netflix dub of Vinland Saga. Yeah, if you guys did not know, Vinland Saga actually has two completely separate English dubs you can watch. One by Sentai Filmworks / Crunchyroll, and the other one done by Netflix. I've listened to both dubs. Me personally, I think I prefer the Sentai / Crunchyroll cast a little bit more over the Netflix dub, but both dubs are fantastic. You can't really go wrong with either of them. Zeno Robinson is going to be playing Junpei. He's great as well, who you guys may know as Hawks for my Hero Walker fans out there. Alejandro Saiba, I have no idea pronounce his last name. We voicing Akihiko, who you guys may know as Einar in the Netflix dub, Mirai in Platinum End, as well as Kisuke in the Rebuild films. Mitsuru will be voiced by Maki in Jujutsu Kaisen, and Fuuka will be voiced by fucking Makima, which I find fucking hilarious, man. Also, one other thing, since you know the cast was announced, both Yuri and Vic Mignogna have both posted tweets basically passing the torch on to the new cast member, which I thought was fucking awesome, man. And in case you're wondering, yes, Zeno did like Vic's tweet. And actually, since this cast was announced, Zeno has been posting a lot of tweets about P3 lately, and clearly the game means a lot to him. So I'm sure, you know, regardless of what side of the fence you're on with Vic and everything, I'm sure Zeno really appreciates seeing Vic, you know, pass the torch on to him as a new voice actor for Junpei, man. That was fucking awesome to see when I saw that on my feed, man. So, yeah. Definitely was not expecting this to have the entire cast get recast, but I'm a big fan of a lot of the voice actors on this list, man, and I'm definitely intrigued to see how this dub is going to turn out. Although with all these recasts, I hope that maybe instead of voicing Yukari, Michelle Ruffle instead be voicing the teacher in P3. I think that would be nice, and I think that would work well for her, man, especially given how great she was as Kawakami in P5. Yeah, I just want to hear something in this game, man. Like, I loved her in P3, I loved her performance as Yukari, and I don't know if I'm able to handle her being completely MIA in this game, and I need to hear somewhere. So, cross my fingers that she'll be voicing the teacher instead. Anyway, back to the video. But yeah, I would actually like to see some added things, maybe like enhance the story, but add some extra social links or some extra cutscenes or something. Some people, I actually did see some tweets about some people wanting them to like let you explore more of the explore more areas during the dark hour, see the other locations during the dark hour and everything, which would be interesting to see more of the dark hour and just explore different locations rather than Tartarus.
Yeah, I'd be fine with new locations.
Yeah, you think they're gonna like touch up Tartarus or have it play like Mementos? Do you think they're gonna kind of keep it more or less the same and just change up the gameplay around it with the combat?
I think they're just gonna change the gameplay.
Yeah. What do you actually think of the UI, actually? Because I know a lot of people have been kind of talking about how the UI doesn't look as good as the original game because it doesn't resemble the Revolver look they went in the original game. And I've seen some really unique and cool-looking mock-ups. Me, personally, I'm fine with it, but what do you think?
Well, you notice, like, when it first popped up, it kind of, like, draws off like a Revolver.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it like, splits.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. I think it makes up for it. Honestly,
yeah. But no lie,
it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, I think it looks perfectly cool, and it definitely leaves the part where you have to like scroll around to find out it's everything just a single button press. But I won't lie,
yeah,
some of these mock-ups I think look really good, where they make each button like the hole for the bullets and everything. And it looks really nice. I've seen some really cool looking mock-ups for that.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll change. Honestly,
yeah, absolutely.
This is just early gameplay or whatever.
Yeah, because the game isn't coming out to next year. Do you think actually we might see, since this game was originally probably originally going to get revealed at the Xbox showcase, do you think we might see a new trailer instead, either because of the leak or because they already had maybe one planned that was a little bit later ahead in development?
No, I think we're gonna get the same trailer.
Wouldn't be surprised, because I saw some people mentioning that. I'm like, oh, that would be nice if we actually would get like a secondary trailer that's a little bit more ahead in development. Because one of my friends is like convinced, he has these conspiracy theories that they're like not going to include the anime cutscenes into the game because he saw some cutscenes in the trailer that did have the anime cutscenes in the original game, but they didn't. Now, I'm more or less positive that they're just not finished yet. Production IG is probably working hard at them. They're just not ready yet, or they're just purposely hiding them from the trailers to leave it as a surprise for the main game to see it in all of its production IG glory.
Yeah, they could definitely remake those cutscenes.
Yeah, I thought they were just using in-game footage as just a placeholder for the time being, but who knows, maybe they might get rid of the anime. I doubt it because P3 started that, so it would make sense to get rid of them with the game that started the anime thing, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Now, with all that being said, I am curious, what do you think if this game is successful, which I'm more or less positive that will be? What do you think will be the next game Atlus remakes? Do you think they're going to go with P4, or do you think they're finally going to go back and resurrect Persona 1 and 2?
I do not think that we're gonna get Persona 1 and 2 remakes, unfortunate as it may be.
Yeah, bro. I mean, P2 was tied with P3, but I feel like Atlus is just positive that they just refuse to touch those games because it's different from what Persona's become with the more anime visual novel type aesthetic. That's probably why they just don't want to touch those games or something. But who knows? Maybe. But I would like to see.
I wouldn't say never. Yeah. After Persona 6 comes out, I think anything's fair game.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they do P4 next. I don't think that one needs a remake as much, but I would definitely like to see it with...
It's definitely getting a remake.
Yeah, remember how much Atlus... I mean, that P4 was a starter when Atlus was just milking Persona for all it's worth. You had the fighting games, 2 different anime adaptations, the original P4 anime, then the P4 Golden anime, then there was a dancing game, Persona Q. Yeah. Atlus was milking P4 for all that's worth. I'm shocked they didn't just make a PS3 port with the way they were going.
Honestly.
Yeah, they didn't. I'm surprised they just put Gold on the Vita and not just put on PS3 because they were like milking it every other way that they could possibly think of. Now, you mentioned when I DM'd you about this game, you mentioned that P6 was almost coming soon. When do you think we're going to see some announcements for Persona 6?
Probably next year after this launches.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised that's when the announcement. Let's see if it'll be in his development hell as long as SMT5 and Persona 5 work, because I'm pretty sure Persona 5 got announced in like 2013 or something like that for the PS3, and then finally came out in 2017. SMT5 was a similar situation. I think that one got announced like 2017, I think it was, when that game got announced.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is kind of weird how both the 5 ones have had such hellish development cycles.
I need them to stop procrastinating. They should announce it and then release it. They should stop doing this to me.
True, very true. Now, one last thing I wanted to ask you. Who do you think is the best girl of the, I guess, the new Persona trilogy from 3 to 5? Because I'm curious to see who your picks are.
Oh, boy. Well, you know the doctor from 5? I really like her. Takumi?
Takumi? Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
I like my golf ladies.
Yeah, I'm more partial to Futaba, but that's just me.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I'd be retweeting a lot of her, like, fan art of her.
Yeah.
And what about P3 and P4?
P3, Aegis.
I guess that's
And,
Alright.
yeah, I guess. Is it Aegis? I don't know.
I think it's Aegis.
Okay. I like my robots. P4, what's her name? Rize?
Rize, of course it's Rize.
Yeah, of course it is.
You and True both like Rize, man. I mean, I gotta say she's cool now, but I personally like Chie, man. Love the
She has a really good character design.
True. Yeah, she's cool. Alright, well, I think that's about everything that I wanted to discuss with y'all guys. Of course, leave your thoughts below in the comments. What you guys would like to see in the remake. Would you like to see enhancements to gameplay, more enhancements to gameplay, changes to the story, enhancements, elaborations on certain things, new environments? Leave that all down below in the comments section below. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on my social if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
静かに